here's my expert tip for you coming up. And I really want you to pay attention now because I've got some amazing info. And that is step 3. We're going to help you make the right choice. All right. So when it's not working, what does it look like? Well, as I mentioned previously, after 25 years of training weave poles, I've noticed 2 trends, right? First, all dogs that have amazing weaves have mastered all 3 parts of the weaves. They get that entry, they understand their footwork, and they drive down through the exit. Second, the majority of dogs who have trained on weaves usually require retraining in 1 or more parts of the weaves. In other words, there was a hole. And you know what? We don't want that for you. So here's the thing. I want you to think about, number 1, luring. I don't think this is a good method for anybody. And that's because you are doing all of the work, right? And this is what happens when handlers are not sure how to train their dogs in the 3 parts. They lure them. And this is what it looks like. This dog is simply following a stick. So what happens is you as the handler, you are doing all the work. And I think, honestly, you should get chocolates for doing all the work. But instead, we end up giving the treats to the dog. All right, so how do we get past this whole thing, right? Well, by now, this message should not be a surprise to you. After all, if your weave success is not about picking the right method, it's about building your weave skills. You do not have to know all about weave training to start. You just have to pick the method that meets you where your skill level currently is, right? Because, again, your goal, you want your dog weaving in 12 weeks. Now, I'd like you to grab a piece of paper and pen because I'm going to ask you 4 questions that will help guide you on how to pick the right method for you and your dog. I promise this is going to be really simple. As a matter of fact, it's as simple as writing down A or B, okay? Question number 1, what is your experience, right? So if your experience level, you've trained 3 or more dogs in agility, write down A. Your experience level is A. If your experience level is that you're on your 1st or 2nd agility dog, write down B. Your experience level when it comes to weave poles is likely still at the beginner. Now, here's the thing. Intermediate folks, since you're literally caught in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to put yourself into the A category or the B category for the next 4 questions. All right. Now, here's the next one. What is your immediate weave entry goal? Is it, if you could just get your dog to weave and you would be happy with straight on, then put B for beginner, right? You can always practice or train your dog those full advanced weave entries later. Let's just get the dog weaving and having it straight on at a 45-degree angle in the beginning. That's what we want to accomplish in 12 weeks. Advanced folks, hey, if you are comfortable teaching 90 to 180 degree weave entries as you're teaching your dog to weave, so be it. Then your answer is going to be A. 3rd question, what is your experience with shaping and rewarding behaviors? Beginner folks, I'm not yet proficient and look forward to a coach teaching me 1 skill at a time. Go ahead and write down B. If you're advanced, I know how to shape and reward and look forward to a coach showing me how to apply to the weaves. Go ahead and write down A. And of course, question number 4. Realistically, what can you commit to train in a 12-week weave course? If it's weaves only and that you'll focus on those advanced entries later, write down B. If it's weaves plus you want to do the advanced entries and you'll focus on training both skills, go ahead and write down A. Here I've got in a chart all 4 of these questions, and you can see by the arrows which direction you're going. So we've got the beginner weave training method, And then we have the advanced weave training method. So I'll bet you're asking yourself, which one are we going? So I'm going to play a little game. Here are the top 4, right? But I am going to tell you in just a moment which one I recommend for each of those levels. Remember, the goal is I want you to take action to move forward and train your dog in 12 weeks. And I'm going to tell you which method for your level of experience is going to do that. Are you ready? All right. If you answered predominantly B, channels is the method for you. If you answered lots of A's, the 2x2 straight line method is definitely the one for you.